I'm so sorry. Joshua Blau, where are you, Joshua? Oh, there he is. Joshua! Hey, where are you? I'm adjusting the mic now.
No, you don't have to. We're the same size. I know, it's upsetting. Oh, are you all right? Okay. So I'm Josh, and it's 1970. Not now. It's not 1970. I know that. But so it's 1970, and I'm 9. Yeah, that's right. That would make me 49. Anyway, so I know. Don't I look pretty? Not bad, right? I know. You might be up here when you're 49, telling a story. I know, it's sad. Anyway, so it's 1970, and I'm 9 years old, and I'm very happy, and I live in Yonkers, and I have a girlfriend, and it's Amy Edelson, and I go to PS 28, and everything's great, and things are fantastic, and my parents start packing up the house, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, I don't really understand it, but you know, I guess it's okay, and I'm about to go into 4th grade, and it's the summer, and all of a sudden, you know, my father announces that we're moving to Israel. He's this big Zionist and everything, and it's taking the whole family. My sister's 19. He doesn't want her going to college here. He's worried, you know, the 60s and Martin Luther King and Kennedy, and he's very worried, so we're going to Israel. I'm like, okay, well, for a couple of weeks, nope, we're moving there. And I don't have a chance to call Amy or anything, and it's very upsetting, and I get on a ship, and we go to Israel, and I get to Israel, and oh my God, where the hell am I? I'm 9 years old. Hummus and yogurt, you know, it's like no more Captain Crunch and yodels. It's very upsetting. And I'm 9 and I'm going to 4th grade and they throw me into an Israeli school and these kids all speak Hebrew and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like very upsetting. I'm very upset. And I tell my parents I'm upset, but they're upset, so no one cares. And it's like hummus and hummus and hummus anyway. So it's like 4 years of hummus. And and you know, and like, there's one television show, they watch Hawaii Five-0, No More I Dream of Jeannie, no more, you know, the Family Affair, and all these shows that I miss. Anyway, after 4 years, we come back to the States. I'm so happy, but I'm very scared, because, you know, I've sort of become sort of like an Israeli. We moved back to the States, and my parents say, listen, you know, do you want to go to public school, or do you want to go to yeshiva? And I'm like, oh my God, I've been around Jews for 4 years, I'm so nervous. Put me in yeshiva. And all my brothers, they go to public school, everybody's happy, but I go to yeshiva. And of course, what happens to a kid who's 13 after 4 years, 9 plus 4, 13, I'm back and I go to yeshiva and I become Orthodox. I become very Orthodox because of course all my friends are Orthodox in 9th grade, and I torture the family. I'm throwing out food. They bring in pizza, I throw it out. Grape juice, not kosher, I throw it out. My mother's like, why the fuck can't you do drugs like the rest of your friends? What is going on here? And so I'm like, well, you sent me to a yeshiva. I make everybody stop driving on Shabbat. People are like moving out. My brothers are moving out. My sister's getting married because I'm turning everybody Orthodox. No one's to tear toilet paper on Sabbath or anything, so I'm like a whack job. But I'm happy because, you know, I'm back from Israel and I suffered a lot for 4 years and I'm back and I'm happy and I'm Orthodox and everybody's going to be Orthodox. So on Passover, like, we have to kosher the house, and it's like, I tell my mother, you know, she has to make sure the silverware is kosher, so I go and bury it in the backyard, but it's like really upsetting because the next day I can't remember where I buried it. And so all the silverware is gone and it's terrible. And so, you know, it's just a very, very difficult time for the family. And Yom Kippur, everybody has to fast. I don't care, except I have to tell you the truth. I really didn't fast. Well, I did kind of, but I used to hide a melon in the bathroom, and I used to go into the bathroom and eat the melon, because if I got hungry at like 5 o'clock, I figured God would understand, because I was only like 90 pounds, and I couldn't make the whole fast. But I didn't tell anybody, but I'm telling you now. And it was just really a very painful experience. Anyway, so as time went on, you know, I started to realize that, you know, this might not be for me, and then, so now I'm 19, right? So you got it. I moved to Israel 9, back at 13, it's 19, I'm 19, I'm in college, and there are no Jews, because my parents couldn't afford to send me away to college, so I went to FIU, Florida International University, no Jews, all Cubans, all my friends are Cubans. What do I do as an Orthodox Jew? I'm like, I'm giving this shit up. And I go out to dinner with my friend, and Sarah Nemzer, who's also a Jew, but she tells me, listen, you gotta try shrimp. I'm like, no, I can't eat shrimp, I'm Orthodox. She's like, no, forget it. So I try shrimp, and it's like the most unbelievable thing I've ever tasted in my life. And I'm I'm like, oh my God, but I still have my Orthodox friends. So, you know, on Saturday, I'm like driving, but I'm parking the car like 5 blocks away so they don't see me. I'm so lost, I'm 19. But, you know, slowly I get used to the fact of not being religious. I have all these non-Jewish friends, and I realize, you know, God, non-Jews are just really just as cool as Jews. What a racket. I've been told, you know, that, you know, we're the chosen people. Chosen for what? Anyway, so, you know, here I am today, not Orthodox, but with a good story, and thank you very much.
Oh my God, tradition! Joshua Blau!